All right, sir. And we should be live.
All right, everybody. It's time for another episode of Celebrating Autographs as we get closer and closer to Celebration in London.
There you go.
All right, is that working?
Yep, we're up.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Celebrating Autographs in the virtual Cantina as we get closer and closer to Celebration Europe in 2023 in London. Just we're so close, and this month we have a lot of guests to talk about. Since our last episode, 31 guests have been announced. The last Celebration in London had a total of 21 guests, and they're not done yet. So a lot to get to. Well, David, a lot to get to. So we have David producing the show. David, thank you so much for all you do. And what are you looking forward to talking about tonight?
Oh, there are a lot of guests that it makes me regret that I do not currently have plans to go to Celebration. A lot of fabulous, amazing guests to talk about.
And folks, I'm sure do not miss that currently do not have yet. I think we know what that means, or we hope we know what that means. So you're saying there's a chance.
There's the tiniest. I will never say no, but probably not.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to be manning the virtual Cantina network at home and just, keeping everybody who doesn't get to go posted on what's going on there.
Oh, we definitely need that. All right, David. Well, before we get into, because we have all these guests, we have 31 guests to talk about. Just a quick recap, because this is our second show leading up to London. And just to recap, hopefully you have these things because you watched us last season as we led to Anaheim. Some things that you're going to want to make sure you have before we even talk about autographs and signers, who's going to be there. Things you're going to need to have to protect your autographs, keep them safe, and on the plane, at the show, and everything. So let's just a very quick recap. All this information is in previous episodes. Before we do that, of course, I should introduce myself. I'm Frank Rich. I am the owner and founder of Star Wars Autograph News and a proud admin for the virtual Cantina, the Star Wars Celebration, the largest Star Wars Celebration Facebook group that there is. I'm very proud of the work that we do, and that we have such amazing members of this group who just keep the spirit of celebration going all year. You guys, even when we have a couple of years in between celebrations, you keep that spirit, and I don't have to explain that spirit, because if you've been to Celebration, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you keep that spirit alive and well in between celebrations. So we're ready to celebrate in London or wherever in the world it's going to be. So thank you guys, and thank you for everybody, especially David and Jeff and everyone behind the scenes at the virtual Cantina who just do so much amazing work to put these shows on and make sure that the members, our members, are ready to just get the most out of Celebration. It's one thing to go, but we don't want to just go. We want to make sure you get the most out of it, and that's why we have all these amazing shows on the virtual Cantina network with Spencer and John, the other admins who, and all the hosts that put on these great shows, so that you have the best experience possible when it comes to Celebration. Now I think we're going to get to this little recap of what you need to have if you're going to be doing some serious autograph collecting. Again, these are all on previous episodes of Celebrating Autographs leading up to Anaheim. Host of tubes. There's a lot of different sizes. You have the plastic ones that the tops come off, and they usually have a strap you can put on. The cardboard ones, they're inexpensive, they're sturdy. I usually have a small one that fits right in my backpack, so I don't have to worry about it. It fits right in. And if I get anything, I usually only collect 8x10s, but if I do get a print or something that's larger, it goes right into one of those cardboard tubes in my backpack. So grab those. You can, either the actual plastic tubes aren't that much. You can usually get them between $20 and $40. They can go more, of course, but check those out. Make sure you have that if you're going to get collect anything on the large side, posters. And what else do we have? Itoya Profolios. These are, if you're using those top loaders, those plastic top loaders to put autographs in, let's stop. They're good in a pinch. They're good for a temporary measure, but you want to get, you're going to do some, if you're starting out on your journey to do some serious collecting at a celebration or any local show, you want to get these. I keep my entire collection in these binders, and I also keep it an 11 by 14 that I bring to every show with me. That when I get an autograph, once the ink is dry, it goes in there. Those plastic sleeves are not meant for long-term storage, and if you've been collecting for any amount of time, you own some of those plastic sleeves that the ink came off, so now you have an autographed plastic sleeve because the ink adhered to the plastic. So let's get away from that.
And I think a little tip with these that I've heard, Frank, is you got to store these properly. These need to be stored permanently, long-term, vertically.
Yeah, do not put these, you don't want to stack these on top of each other. They have to be like, vertical. Because you're applying pressure onto the ink. And even though it's museum quality, acid-free, and all that good stuff, you're still putting pressure down on the ink. And if the plot, you do run that risk that you can remove the autograph from the print. So keep them vertical and out of light. Comic books, if you get signed books, they don't do a lot of comics at Celebration, but they do some. If you're going to bring comic books with you to get signed, or you're going to buy comic books at the show, these couple things. So we want to board and bag your comics, keep them safe. But also these plastic, up in the top right where it says BCW, it's just a little box that you can probably fit 10 comics in. I take one of those with me. I put my comics. I'm gonna get signed in those. You get them online. They're relatively inexpensive, and that's what I do. And then at home, I make sure that they're boarded and bagged and safe and everything. But bags and boards and these plastic these boxes are fantastic to keep your comics safe, especially at conventions and when there's thousands of people bumping into you, and you got to keep those items safe. And backpack. So this is actually the backpack that I bought in 2013. And that's the same brand. That's what it looks like. If you've seen me at a show, you've seen me with this backpack. I got it specifically for, it's a laptop bag. So I got one that held and I can fit an 11 by 14 Itoya binder in the back there where the laptop is. And that's why I got that size. I wanted something that I could fit an 11 by 14 binder in. And I have the comics in there. And I usually have pretty much every show I go to, I have the Abrams art of comics, so posters, illustrations, they're in there. It could hold a lot. My pens and all the stuff I need for the podcast and the website, the poster tube, the smaller size poster tubes fit everything in there. So obviously this is an older model, but find a good, comfortable backpack. A lot of people use messenger bags too. If that's something you prefer, I'm just a backpack guy. I like it. Just put it on my back, and that's what I'm used to. And I've had good luck with it. Again, all of those can be found on previous episodes of Celebrating Autographs, and of course, we have 7, 8, 9 years worth of episodes of the Star Wars Autograph News podcast. There's a ton of this information that can just get you ready for celebration and or any convention you're going to, but how to avoid common mistakes and to really protect your investment. Autographs they're fun. They make us happy. We get to meet somebody that was in Star Wars, but it's expensive, and you don't want to spend a lot, spend your good money on a piece of paper that can easily get bent, and then, that kind of disappointment when it happens. Keep them safe, and that's a big part of it, and be prepared. So check out those previous episodes of Celebrating Autographs and the Star Wars Autograph News podcast. All right. Well, we know that Official Picks is once again after a couple of years off, they came back to Anaheim, and we know that they are running Autograph Hall in London this year. And like I said, since our last episode, they have announced 31 guests for this celebration. European celebrations are always smaller than the US. We're not even counting the Chicago 60 signers, which was just unheard of. But 31 signers so far in London is really good for a European celebration. So again, like I said, at the top of the show, 2016, the last time celebration was in London, there were only 21 total signers. So we're already well ahead of that, and we have some great names to get to. So let's look at so Dave has set this up so that we're going to look at the guest as they were announced. So this isn't we haven't rearranged it, so all the big names are first. This is a recap of each week, and pretty much every Monday they were announcing guests, with a few exceptions. But every Monday we got a guest announcement. So let's kick things off. So January 23rd was our first announcement a few weeks ago, and Anthony Daniels, C-3PO, been in every Star Wars project imaginable, a veteran of Celebration as well. I didn't do last year. If you watched the last year, I had a slide of how many celebrations the person had been to and the prices at each one. Didn't do that this time, but we will look at the prices for this year. So Anthony Daniels, first he'll be appearing Friday and Saturday only, so those 2 days, and base price of £99.99 pounds. With admin fees, he will be 106.99 pounds. I'm going to slip up. I'm going to say dollars because I'm going to, but it's pounds, right? So Anthony Daniels, great guest again. We talk about original trilogy guests. Sadly, every day that passes, where we're talking about a project that was over 40 years ago. So anytime an original trilogy guest comes to someplace where you can meet them and get their autograph, it's getting rarer and rarer. But this is C-3PO, and so these opportunities will come around all that often. A great chance to get his autograph. 107 pounds, so not too bad. We know celebration prices. Nobody's going to lie and tell you that they're always more than any other show. If you get him at another show, he'll be less. The same is going to be true for every name on this list. They could be at another show a month after celebration, and it will be the price will be less. So that's just the way it is. We talked about this last time, but if you have questions, please pop in the chat and reach out to us, and be happy to answer questions. Next, Ashley Eckstein, she will be there Friday through Monday, and she has a base price of 170 pounds, and with the admin fee, she is 182 pounds, just under 182 pounds. Again, appearing all Friday through Monday. She'll be there. Great opportunity to meet her. She did sign in Germany. I was at Germany, and she signed there. But she hasn't done. I think she actually said she had never done a celebration outside of the U.S. Not exactly true. She was at Germany, but she'll be in London. D. Bradley Baker. All right. I am loving Bad Batch. I loved it first season, but I'm finding more and more I love this period of time in Star Wars. I really can't get enough, and Bad Batch has been fantastic. So D is going to be there Friday through Monday. He has a base price of 105 pounds, and total with the admin is 112.34. Or 130, about 112 pounds total for D. Nice thing is, we talked about this before, in Anaheim, if you want a Bad Batch piece, you get all four of them on one print, one autograph, you get all the Bad Batch, right? So pretty good. Giancarlo Esposito, Great name. Can't wait for the next. We're really close to Dave. What's it? It's like 2 weeks until we get season 3 of Mandalorian, right?
March the 1st.
March the 1st. Can't wait to see Giancarlo. So Giancarlo is going to be there Friday through Monday. Base price of £100. Admin fee goes up to 106. Again, there Friday through Monday. Plenty of opportunity to meet. Look at that picture. Look at those eyes. That's a great picture. He'll be there Friday through Monday. Plenty of opportunity to get his autograph. And again, we'll already have seen him in season 3, and I can't wait to see what comes from it. All right, and Dear Ivama, oh, I want to rewatch Obi-Wan Kenobi now after seeing this. Dira is going to be there Friday and Saturday. She is 85 pounds plus the admin, so she comes up to just over 90 pounds for her autograph. Again, Friday through Saturday. This is her first celebration. Of course, she was just her first project was Obi-Wan Kenobi in for Star Wars, Game of Thrones. I think she's Game of Thrones, right? She was in that before. But this is her first celebration, so nice. We love the first time celebration attendees. We love the vets too. They take care of us, and they make an effort to be at the show whenever asked. But great to see a first time celebration attendee signer, especially being the Kenobi fan that I am. Somebody from Obi-Wan makes me very happy. Matt Lanta will be there Friday through Monday. 115 pounds with the admin, 124 pounds from Atlanta, Friday through Monday. So again, plenty of opportunity to get his autograph. And yeah, total 120, just over 123 pounds total with the admin fee. This next one makes me really happy. Vivian Leigh Blair. We had the surprise with Grogu and Baby Yoda, and we didn't see it coming, and I did not see. Some people knew it was coming. I did not. I thought we were going to see a lot of young Luke, but Princess Leia, and was she ever an amazing Princess Leia? Thrilled that she's going to be here for, of course, her first signing celebration. She was in Anaheim. Indira, I don't know. Indira was at she obviously didn't sign, but she might have. I can't remember if she was at the panel or the premiere, but Vivian was. So. So Hayden had been at, I think he went to Celebration 2, but didn't sign. So we had, it's happened. Sometimes they attend panels or a big event, but not there to sign. But she's here to sign now. Just something to consider with child actors when it comes to autographs. Hopefully she has a very long career if she chooses to do so, and she signs autographs for the foreseeable future. It is considered more desirable to have to obtain the autograph as close to the age as they were when they performed the work. So, of course, for Obi-Wan Kenobi, this is a great opportunity to get her now while she's very close to the age she was when she did the performance. All right, and so it's something to think about. I need her autograph for sure. And I'm thrilled that she's going to be there. Did I give her prices? 75 pounds plus she comes out to 80 pounds, and she's there all days. So plenty of chances to get young Vivian's autograph. All right. So do we go to, all right. So that was the first round of announcements. Not bad at all. You get C-3PO, you get some, you get Clone Wars, you get Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi, great mix. So that's what we like to see. We like to see variety. We like to see people that have been in more than one, project as well. So either the brand new, or they represent, they just have a wealth of options when it comes to autograph choices. And we got that in week 1. Let's see what we got in week 2. Who else but Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, coming back to Celebration. We know he was in Anaheim, but not signing. So great to have him back signing. Hayden will be there on Saturday and Sunday. And his, let's just do his total price. So we don't need to break down. Total price for Hayden per autograph, including fees, is just about 225 pounds. Again, just Saturday and Sunday. So expect to be in a line for him. He is Anakin Skywalker, he's Darth Vader. You'll be in line, but well worth it. He's, by all accounts, for the celebrations he's attended, people walk away from his table very, very happy, and you're going to get an important autograph for Star Wars fans. All right. Dennis Lawson. So Dennis Lawson, Wedge Antilles. Dennis will be there Friday and Saturday. This, I believe, is his at least his second celebration. Backstory: he did not sign for the longest time. He certainly wasn't doing conventions. He was a theater actor, and that was, how he saw himself, and did not sign for the longest time. It was very difficult to get his autograph. Thankfully now that's changed, and he is more accessible, and it's fantastic. He's going to be there. And Dave, we were talking before, 60 pounds, 65 pounds for Dennis Lawson is not a bad price at all.
This is, I think, my pick for bargain of the show.
Yeah, I would agree. Absolutely. Great. And you have to wonder, is he going to be sitting next to Ewan? Because we know that he's Ewan's uncle. So there's going to be it'd be nice to see, moments where the two of them are, how that's just a very, kind of unique situation to see. And I guess we just gave away to one of today's guests. Ewan's going to be there. But fantastic. Glad that he's there. In all three original trilogy films and the final film, great Star Wars name. Mads Mikkelsen, Rogue One, love Rogue One, love his character. Mads is going to be 123 pounds total with the admin fee, and he is there. They haven't decided, they haven't announced when he's going to be there. It says to be determined when I last looked at the list, so I didn't see the days that he'll be there. This might be his first celebration. I should probably look at my website because I have the information all there, but I believe this is his first celebration. I got him at Fan Expo Canada before Rogue One came out on a shot. He had just filmed it, and he told me I was, I think, the second person that he signed Galen. The first one was a friend of mine from Canada. And so he told me it was before it was announced that this character's name was Galen. So, we're thinking Galen from was it Starkiller? Not Starkiller. Yeah, from The Force Unleashed was the character Galen. So we're all, wondering what that meant, and he was great. So again, he's there. We don't know yet, but 123 pounds for Mads. Katie Sackhoff, another great name. Also to be determined. We don't know which day she'll be signing. She is going to be 107 pounds total with the admin fee for her autograph. And you have some great options, of course, live action in The Mandalorian. You have Clone Wars. You have just, great character. So for her, I did this with Erin Kellyman. I was so glad they had a shot of Erin with holding her helmet in costume, but holding her helmet. So you get to see the helmet because it's a really cool helmet, but you also see her face. So I would be looking for shots that you see her face and the helmet. For me, that would be the shot to get, because I like that type of dynamic. So, but great that these are great guests. There are some great names. It's a really good lineup. All right, next we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, James Arnold Taylor, JAT. He will be there, and he will be there Friday through Monday. Plenty of opportunity. Total of, he's going to be $123 as well, for 123 pounds for his autograph. All 3 days. There's some really great Obi-Wan shots from the Clone Wars, and he did other characters as well, not just Obi-Wan fans. That's what we focus on, but a lot of options for autographs there, and a great guest.
So Frank, while we're on a break between days of announce, we have a question in the YouTube chat that I think we've answered on previous shows, but someone wants to know, why does Celebration charge more for autographs for the same people? Can you talk about like the formula behind why autographs cost what they cost?
Yeah, so one, why do they charge more than, if you saw in London? So say you say the same guest is going to be signed at London Film and Comic Con. Why would they be more at Celebration? Because they can. One, just think about it. It's every guest there has done Star Wars, right? Well, that same guest, there's demand there. Everyone who walks those doors loves Star Wars. We know that's not the case in other shows, right? So there's that the demand is there, so you can expect the price you'll pay for, because of that demand. They have to have, the signers, and they can get more. But this isn't Anthony saying, I want 107 pounds, that's my price. It's not that. And it's not, people say, oh, Disney sets the price. So a lot goes into it, but essentially it comes down to, it's a contract, right? And contract, the show is going to has a lot of different ways that they can offer a contract and how they pay. How many days, what's included, how many autographs do they have to sell? Do they have a guarantee? Some shows will say, if if you sell 100, we're going to pay you so much to come. And sometimes it's the show just makes all the autograph money and the guest has already been paid. Sometimes the guest is paid, and if they sell over a certain amount of autographs, then they get the overage too. And there's a lot of different ways, but it comes down to an agent and a booker at the show working out a contract for the person to come and sign. All right, so you want to look at prices. Ashley and Matt Lanta have the same agent. Okay, and so you can look at that and look at how their prices compare to others. All right, but we can't put, when we look at the price, we can't put it 100% on the show. We can't put it 100% on the signer. They're not, and a lot of it comes down to if the show pays Anthony or an actor, $100,000 to be there, and that's what they paid, they agree to come to Celebration and sign for $100,000. Well, the show is a business. They need to make that $100,000 back, hopefully. So the autograph price is going to reflect how are they going to make that money back by autographs and photo ops. So the price is priced out, so they know how many people they can expect to go through a line and how many autographs they can expect to sell during that person's time, whether it's 2 days, 1 day, all 5 days. So that's where the price comes from. They set it so that they can make that money back that they've paid the actor. It's a simplified way to look at it, and there's not just one way, but those are some of the things that go into it, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, 2-6.
2-6 was not that long ago. Let's see, where are we? Oh, I like this one. Gwendolyn Christie, Captain Phasma, another great helmet. You don't see her face, but another great helmet. Her first time signing at Celebration, I believe. I know she did attend a Celebration. She'll be there Saturday and Sunday. Autograph all in is just over 90 pounds. So again, 2 days. She'll be there for the weekend. Captain Phasma, great. That's a great guest right there. I met her at Rhode Island Comic Con a few years back, and just a great signer. Ming-Na Wen. I saw her in Boston, I think this last summer. She'll be there Friday and Saturday, all in price of 107 pounds. So whether it's Book of Boba Fett, Mando, some great shots, and we have Bad Batch. She did a voice in Bad Batch. Not Bad Batch. Was it Bad? Yeah, Bad Batch. Oh, was it the Clone Wars I don't remember, but some animation. So great guest, and she, they won't have a lot of time to talk to you in line, but she was in Boston. She was very friendly and personable, and made for a great It's never expected. You can have, you're not paying for, we always say this, you're not paying for a meet and greet, you're paying for an autograph. Everything you get above and beyond that autograph is just consider yourself, just be thankful. And I can say in Boston, she gave much more than just an autograph. It was memorable. She was very sweet. One of my favorite signers in all of Star Wars land, Matt Wood, General Grievous. Go see the logo of my website, Star Wars Autograph News, is General Grievous, because I had to think of when the artist who designed my logo, we were talking, he said, I think you need a bounty hunter. You need somebody, Frank, you're old school Star Wars. You need a bounty hunter like Greedo. I said, no, give me a second. I'll find a quote that will be perfect. Your autographs will make a fine addition to my collection, King. Your autographs will make a fine addition to my collection, and that's why Grievous is my logo. So Matt is great guy. He's there Friday through Monday, every, all days. Price of about 91 pounds for his autograph, and just a great guy, and you'll have a great experience at his table. Satamo Chewbacca, another great guest. He's going to be there Friday through Monday. 64 pounds, so a really good price. Yeah, he's Chewbacca, and he learned at Peter's side, and to get Chewbacca for in this market, to get Chewbacca for 64 pounds. Another good deal. So, and a great guest. You'll have a great time at his table. I love these guests. I love guests like this one and the one after. For me, in the same category, behind the scenes. They don't do a lot of shows, but so his autograph is on the rare side. He does not do many shows. Silas Carson, he will be there Friday and Saturday, all in price, $48 and 48 pounds for his autograph. For me, it's a no-brainer. I get it because he does not do a lot of shows, and it's a great opportunity to add him to your collection if you're a prequels fan or not. You just like to get, collect them all. Great name and a great opportunity. Aiden Cook, is listed as 2-2s, but this man has done so much work in the sequel trilogy, so much, and beyond. I believe he's worked in the show, the Disney Plus shows as well. He's going to be there Friday and Saturday as well. Same price as Silas, 48 pounds. He's going to have, I would imagine, some great photo options on his table. And I've never met him. I haven't met him yet, but I've heard great things about him, and some great memorable characters as well. You'll be surprised when you see who he's played in the sequel trilogy when you get to his table. So great guests. I love behind the scenes people. Oh, let's see who's next. 2/8, February 8th. We are celebrating this year. We are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. We didn't really get to celebrate the 40th of Empire because of COVID. The last big one was the 40th of Star Wars. And those of you who were there in Orlando with me, that was an amazing show. That panel was so good. And, they set the bar high for this 40th of Return of the Jedi. So let's look. Who did they bring in from Return of the Jedi? If they hadn't done this, I would have been a little disappointed, but they don't disappoint. This is some great Return of the Jedi names. Let's see who we have. We have the first one, first slide. There it is. Michael Carter, Bib Fortuna, right? Return of the Jedi. So Michael Carter is going to be there Saturday and Sunday. I believe. Do I have Friday and nope, I'm sorry. Yep, no, Friday and Saturday. And 49 pounds for him. And he was in Germany. He'd sign in Germany, and he does some shows, but again, where a lot of people travel to this, especially if you're coming from the US, this is a good opportunity because a lot of these Return of the Jedi signers, they live in, obviously a lot of the original trilogy live in the UK. And while they do a lot of shows over there, some of them pretty much every week are doing a show. it's sometimes tough for the US people to get them. So if you're traveling over to London, a great opportunity to get Michael Carter, Bib Fortuna, in Jedi. Who's next? Sean Crawford. Great guy. I've known for a long time. He does do some shows in the US. He is just a wonderful human being and always a joy to be around. His autograph is free. So Celebration has done this in the past where they've, I think Japan might have been one of the first big years that they did that, around 2007 or so, that they had free signers. And Sean is going to be signing for free. And I know his autographs already sold out. You still had to get a ticket for it. All those tickets all the allotted tickets have been taken. Yeah, but some people are going to get just an amazing experience, to get this autograph, a great autograph for free. And did Rees, I believe. Was it Rees and Moncal? Was that Sean, I believe? But some, Jabba's Palace, for sure. And free autograph. That for a signer to accept that contract and go to Celebration and make their autograph available for free. They love their fans, right? They don't do that unless they love their fans. And Sean loves his fans. So, Yak Face is Dave, is Rees the name for Yak Face? Because he's Yak Face.
I've always called him Yak Face.
He's
sure
Yak Face.
I know he has an actual name. I think Celebration, when they put it out, billed him as Yak Face.
Okay, he's Yak Face. I had to remember he has he does some really cool things with Yak Face, and that's why it just popped up. He's Yak Face. Tim Dry. I can never say his character's name because of the Q and there's an apostrophe in it, but Tim, just a personality, just a cool guy, and I'm glad he's going to be there in London. Tim he's going to be there Friday and Saturday, and he will be 48 pounds as well. So if you haven't met Tim yet, there's so many great, it's Jabba's Palace, kind of like the Cantina feel with all these different aliens and creatures, and I love that. I love the creativity behind. I love they were mime artists. A lot of these people that we're talking about are mime artists, were brought in because of that skill, which I think is just fantastic. And I love, of course, what went into building the creatures. I love that. I love that part of autograph collecting when you think about everyone who made that character, that creature come to life. So Tim, great guy, great signer. The incomparable Femi Taylor. So Jedi, we do see a big difference, like a jump in age from those actors that were in Star Wars, the original, and then Return of the Jedi, because there were a few people that were in Return of the Jedi who were in their teens when they appeared, and Femi is one of them. She was Ula. She was the dancer that didn't do so well in Jabba's palace, went down the pit, and that was Femi. And she just a goddess, just a wonderful person. You go to her table, you are going to leave smiling. She look at that smile, right? You're going to leave her table happy. Femi is going to be there Sunday and Monday. 53 pounds, just over 53 pounds for her autograph. Ula, I think she might have been 17-ish when she did style Return of the Jedi. So great guest. If you haven't met her, great. This is a fantastic opportunity. Another stellar guest. One of my favorite people on the planet, Mike Edmonds. If you're friends with Mike on Facebook, you don't go to his page and not just feel good about yourself. He makes you feel amazing. He always has just words of encouragement, humor. He's one of the funniest people you're going to meet. Just a really, really great guy. Agnat and Ewok, and he had a very memorable Ewok. I can't remember which one he was.
Was he Logray?
He was Logray, yeah. Thank you, because I knew he wasn't Cheese Tripper, and I knew he wasn't Poplo. Poplo. Yeah, Logray sounds right. Great guy. If you have the chance just to meet him in person, just do it. He, this is a great celebration, not just only to get autographs, but to meet some people that you otherwise, especially if they're in the US, you're not going to meet. Mike's health is not fantastic. For him to travel to the US is unlikely. So the fact he's going to be at Celebration, this one, if you're going, it would be, if you want to meet him, whether it's because you've appreciated his work or you love Ewoks or because just the nice things I just said about him, this is the time to meet him, get his autograph. He will be there. Mike will be there Sunday and Monday, and a 48-pound autograph. So great guest. Mike Quinn, one of the other teenagers from Return of the Jedi. We know he was Nine Numb, and he was in, so Jedi, and then came back in the sequel trilogy. Fantastic person. I've known Mike for a long time, and just really good guy. We've if you've seen his autograph before, he has a great story behind it, and it goes back to when he was in worked for Jim Henson, and the Muppet characters had their own special autographs. So if you see Mike, you'll see that he has all his characters have very special autographs, unique to that character, and that goes back to Jim Henson's influence on him and his career and his work. So a great story. Mike will be there Saturday and Sunday with just at 59 pounds. Again, another to get an OT signer, co-pilot of the Millennium Falcon second battle, the second Death Star battle. Great name, great price too. Tim Rose, ready to Tim Dry. This is Tim Rose. Admiral Akbar's we know it's a trap. He'll be there with his little sign, bubble. It's a trap. That he wasn't the voice. That was Eric Bauersfeld, who sadly has passed away, but we know he was the man behind Admiral Akbar, and been doing this for a long time. This man has been signing for a long time, but if you haven't had a chance yet to meet him, a great one. He'll be there Friday and Saturday, just under 60 pounds for his autograph. And again, just a wealth of stories, and very humble at the table, good man, and a great autograph. These are great, and Return of the Jedi, to get this many Jedi signers in one place, great opportunity to get this many from one OT film is that many opportunities to get so many, especially again if you're coming from the US or another country. In the UK, it's a little easier because a lot of them live over there, and you can pick them up at the local shows. But if you're traveling over there, to have this many OT signers in one place is great. We love it. Helen Blackerson. So Mon Mothma, the original Mon, she's going to be there. She is going to be there only on Monday, and she is 42 pounds. So again, I loved her performance in Jedi. It was just dignified, and I don't know, it was something very even as what was I, in 1983, I was 11 years old, and something about her performance was just really powerful. And I've had a great opportunity to meet her at many different shows and over the years, and she'll make you laugh, and she's just a wonderful woman. So great opportunity to get her autograph. If you've not yet, now's the time. This is a great opportunity. Out of the blue, it was Rosario Dawson. Ahsoka Tano in The Mandalorian and the upcoming Ahsoka Tano show will be at Celebration. Reportedly, she does not. There's a reason she doesn't do a lot of shows. It's not because she's not asked, but she's booked. She's going to be at Celebration Sunday and Monday. She's booked for 2 days. Just over 180 pounds for her autograph. And we know she's doing a few shows in the US, so maybe we'll see her doing more as we build up, the hype for Ahsoka. Dave, do we have a start date for Ahsoka, or is it just a year? I've lost track.
I do not know of a definite start date for Ahsoka. I would think maybe we will get that at Celebration.
That would be the place. All right, great. Again, great opportunity. And this show, it's called the Ahsoka. The show's called Ahsoka Tano. It's Ahsoka Tano, so that's great. And you have Ashley there as well, so you have both Ahsokas there. And
do you think we'll see a dual Ahsoka's photo op?
Surprised. I think that would be very cool. Whether they do it or not, I don't know, but I think that would be a great opportunity to get a photo of both of them. I'd pay for that.
While we're on a break in days here, we have a question from the chat asking, do you think the 8x10s in London will have the white border around them like they have at some shows, at some celebrations before?
Most of the celebrations have the white border and then the celebration logo on it. I would imagine it will be the same. I haven't seen any mock-ups yet of the images, but I would expect they will.
Good.
All right, so this is the day after, right? So those are all those Jedi names were announced on the 8th, and now we're 1 day later, and we get another guest. Billy D. Williams. Billy D. Williams going to London. Billy D will be there on Friday and Saturday. He will be 278 pounds. And this is Lando, right? We were talking about for me, anytime you can meet somebody that was in Star Wars, that's a good day. It doesn't matter what they did, right? It's Lando. Lando is going to be a celebration. We C-3PO. We get some great names. This is a fantastic lineup of I'm excited to look at this lineup because name after name is just, for whatever reason, just a really good lineup. And I have a lot of these autographs, and I've known this a long time. I've met a lot of them, but it just makes me light up to see these names, to say these names out loud. Billy D. Williams is going to be at this celebration. Again, if you haven't met him or you need to meet him again, don't let these chances pass up. If it's the price, of course you're going to weigh that, but there's not going to these moments, these opportunities are not infinite. We know that they're not. You can never go into a celebration saying, "I'll get them at the next one." We learn, a lot of us in the hobby, we learn this sadly from Carrie. Nobody expected her nobody expected that loss so young, and we all, so many of us have been doing this in the hobby, the community. I had 3 or 4 things. I'll just get her the next time she comes around, and now we have these images that will never be signed. If you're gonna meet Billy D. Williams, and you should, don't let this opportunity pass you by, because it's a great opportunity. Lando. All right, I think so. That brings us to today, and we got some announcements today, and some good ones. That doesn't even do it justice. There was some good names today. First one, Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, coming back to Celebration. Must have enjoyed Anaheim because he's back. He's going to be in London. And Ewan will be there Saturday and Sunday. He's going to be 267 pounds with all the fees, which is really, when I looked at it, I looked it up in US dollars, and it's only like $20 more than he was in Anaheim. That's not a big jump at all. Great opportunity, and I got his the photo op with him in Anaheim, and I got to go to his table twice for autographs, and amazing experience. Just again, huge Obi-Wan fan. That's my character, and to get this opportunity, and that he was so nice and available and accessible to us, and he's going to be so again in London. It just makes me so happy. So hopefully, people, I would imagine his autograph will sell out. So, he was announced today, but don't put it off too long, because I would, it's only 2 days he's going to be there, and I expect he'll sell out. Ian McDermott, the Emperor, Darth Sidious, right? Palpatine. He'll be at Celebration. So we have Hayden. Just because you got to start thinking about autographs where you can get two on an 8x10. I wouldn't go more than two. I would go up to two. So if I had an 8x10, I had Ewan and Hayden, or Hayden and Ian. I wouldn't go more than two on an 8x10. If you're going to get three or more, I would go on by 11, 14 or larger. It gets too sloppy and messy for my taste. There's no wrong way to do this, but just from my experience, you get too many names on an 8x10. It takes away from the aesthetics of it. It doesn't add for me. But you get some great. Just think about all the scenes that Hayden and Ian's shared together. All the scenes that Ewan and Hayden's shared, and you have some great potential for autographs, and they're all going to be there, right? So. Did you say when Ian is going to be there? Oh, Ian's going to be there all Friday through Monday, so plenty of opportunity. And he's going to be 132 pounds, just over 132 pounds, which is, I guess I won't say any of these prices are inexpensive. These are not inexpensive autographs, and some of them are very expensive. We look at relative to, again, could you get him less than another show? Yeah, you could. But it's Celebration, we know paying more, and just even the names. I know it's hard. It's hard to have so many guests and know that there's only so much money. You really get a budget. There's not going to be a lot of people that can go in and say, okay, I'm going to get this one, this one, this one, this one, and get all the autographs that they want at this autograph hall. It's just too much money. But if you prioritize, and you pick out those autographs that are going to mean the most to you, and there's something for everybody here, and there's a lot of great names. And Ian is he was behind everything, right? You even see that in the Bad Batch. The man he's behind everything. So great guest.
Somehow Ian returned.
Yeah. I think we have one more. Yeah, Andy Serkis. So we knew him as Snoke, and now, what a great character in Obi-Wan, not Obi-Wan, Cassian Andor, and Andor. Well, I just see Gollum right now, though. I look at that picture and just like, I can hear his precious. But still, a great guest. I think this is, I believe this is his first signing celebration. And he will be there Friday and Saturday, and 133 pounds for his autograph. So you have Snoke options, you have Andor options, some, again, great names. And the three today, Ewan, Ian, and Andy Serkis. That's a good day of Star Wars announcements right there. The names that they've put in this autograph hall, every one of them is somebody that I would, I might, most of them already have, but amazing lineup. This is one of the best because it's not always about quantity. It's great to have a 60 signer autograph hall. I loved it. Chicago just it was amazing. This one is tough because every one of them, somebody that I would want. These and they're big names, impactful characters in the saga. This is, name wise, one of the best celebrations lineups. So, fantastic. And you can hear my dog Bella Luna agrees. She's telling me how much she loves this. It's not a show unless my dog goes off and starts barking at the mailman or something. But Dave, what do you think of this lineup? And what are some of the names that I know you said you're not going to go, but who are some of the names that you look at the option, because there's going to be an option to get autographs even if you don't go, that you can order them and they'll be mailed to you. So what?
Some of the mail-in options are amazing. I think I would think about and consider another Ewan. I got Ewan in Anaheim, but it was an amazing experience. I don't know if I would get him as the send-in just because I want the experience of being there face to face with him.
Yeah.
That was the greatest thing. I said before, I think Dennis Lawson is my bargain of the show. Followed, I think, really closely by Eunice. I think both of those are a great price for who that is, and those would be really great autographs to have.
They are. Again, there are, there's been, if you're in autograph circles in the community, there's been a lot of discussion, debate about these prices. And part of it is it's hard. It's hard to see that, some of these people were at shows a month or two ago charging significantly less, and now we're paying more. And again, I would never say these are inexpensive. They are, like I said, autograph collecting is an investment. My first celebration, most of the autographs were $20. The most expensive was Mark Hamill, who was $125. But most of them were, between $20 and $60, $70 ish, around there. And and that was 2010. It's not that. And a lot of collectors been doing this for a very long time. And remember when autographs might have been $5 or $10. C2, I think you could have got Carrie's autograph for $12. But it's not 2002, and it's not 2010. It's 2023, and it is what it is, and these are the prices. And some people, like I said, I would have to make hard decisions for the show because there's so many that I want, and I just there's only so much money and so much interpreting I can do to to pay for. My hands would be on fire if I wanted to get all these autographs from interpreting.
Well, and it's that way with everything in autographs going. When I started going to just solid comic book conventions, all autographs were free. It's just stand in the line, and it wasn't, per autograph or per book. Is you could go there with like half a short box, and that's what you did.
Yep. Yeah, I ended up getting appreciating comics and collecting signed comics. That was the impetus for it, was that at the time they were free, and autograph prices started to go way up, and I got into the art, and I love the art, and meeting all the different artists, and like these are free autographs, and this is I'm getting this amazing artwork. But yeah, now that most of them aren't free either anymore, and just it is what it is, and you can't. If you're going to compare it to the past, you're just gonna, you're gonna be miserable. It is what it is, and
that world does not exist anymore.
No, it doesn't.
So Frank, we've got a couple of questions here. Is this the question that I've seen just tons and tons on the Celebration Facebook page? Is how do guests feel about signing things other than Star Wars items?
Well, it's not. There's nothing. If you brought, a Star Wars item to any of them, then it'll be fine. It comes down to more appropriateness than anything else. That they have to be feel comfortable signing it.
Well,
So
I'm thinking a lot of people on the page are going and saying, if I'm gonna meet Andy Serkis, Kino Loy was a great character, but if I'm gonna go to the trouble of paying that much for him, I may want a Gollum signed more so.
Right. There's not going to be a Gollum on his table, but if you bring one with you, he'll sign it. There's not, they don't say no to non-Star Wars items.
Excellent. And we have a question too here. So do you think that, maybe the show, maybe not the show, do you think Natalie Portman will ever give in and do a celebration for signings?
Well, I don't think it's likely. I would never say never to pretty much any guest. It doesn't mean I think it's likely. I think it's unlikely. But is it possible? I suppose it is. Yeah. As long as time we didn't think Harrison Ford would even do a signing, and now he does signings every year. Natalie's done a signing. Ian and Dennis were pretty much the same category. They did not want to sign autographs. Star Wars was kind of like if you've seen stories of theater actors and who also did film, the real acting is the theater, and the films are when they want to buy a new car, right? But their art and their passion, their craft, they see in the theater. And you kind of saw that for a while with Ian and Dennis, but then they saw it. Not that's to compare the work that they did, but the passion, how much the fans love and appreciate their contribution to this franchise. And I think they both saw that and came to a point where they welcomed it and have embraced it. As we see what Ian has done, he's not only coming to celebrations, but just doing more and more Star Wars work. And Dennis came back for Rise of Skywalker, and so there's been plenty of people we thought would never do it, and they have. So Natalie, unlikely, but maybe, you never know.
And
was that Dave Wheeler that asked that?
What's that?
Was that Dave Wheeler that asked that?
No, it was not Dave Wheeler. I don't, well, unless Dave is hiding behind another username. This is 4K Media Guy. It doesn't say particularly who that is who wanted to. So Spencer wants to know, we've talked about quickly like my picks of the those, okay, let's try that. Talked about my picks for the show. What are your go-tos for the autograph show? What do you think?
Who would I want? That was nope. Did I lose you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Which actors would I want? Oh. Some strange things happening, Dave.
Hold on, things are kind of things are kind of slowing down a little bit over here on the network side. Let's see if we're a little bit back.
Okay.
So Spencer's asked, we've heard what my picks for celebration and the guests would be. What would be your go-tos? What are your picks, your tops for the show so far?
Indira, Vivian, Maz, Silas and Aiden, Rosario. Those are just so those are some that's not price, that's just names that I would want to get autographs, either that I don't have, that I want to meet, or I need another autograph from. those are the ones that jump out, that, we're making those hard decisions. For me, look at, all right, yeah, I want autographs from everybody on this list a lot, but I have a lot of autographs from people on this list, and I'm fortunate to feel, I'm not, feel fortunate that I do. So that's where my very difficult list begins, and then I'm gonna have to whittle it down from there. I'm like, yeah, like I got my 3 Ewan autographs at in Anaheim, and I'm out. That was that was it. I got my photo op. As much as I love him, I'm that's all I need, and I'm happy with those. But yeah, those are the big ones. I love the Kenobi shows, so Vivian and Indira definitely. It never turned down a chance for, when you have the character, the character the show is named after, you get Rosario there. But keep in mind, I'm also looking at, other shows that they're attending. And yeah, if Rosario is doing a show within, a couple hours of me, I'm gonna get it there, just
I
because.
think Rosario it's a little bit far for you. I think Rosario's at MegaCon Orlando the weekend before Celebration, as
Okay,
is
yeah.
Hayden.
Yep. So, yep. Bella says, yeah, she's gonna be there. Yeah. So I expect, I have to. It's just that you have to, Celebration. You buy your ticket, you buy your airfare, you buy your hotel, you got to buy all your food. There's a lot of expense that goes into Celebration, and I've said this before, even as the owner of Star Wars Autograph News, this is a big part of my life. If I spend all my Celebration time in Autograph Hall, I am not getting my money's worth from that ticket. Like I'm going to spend a good amount of time there. I want autographs, but I want panels, and I want the store, and I want to go to the meetups, and I want to do so much more than just go to Autograph Hall. I can't just have all my money, just hand Ben Stevens all my money. As I would love to, but I can't just give official picks. I can't just spend all my time in the Autograph Hall. I gotta pick what I want, and you gotta enjoy Celebration. There's so much to do, and some people, I have plenty of friends that their Celebration is Autograph Hall. It's just, for me, I love the autographs, but I collect autographs because I love Star Wars. And Celebration, there's just so much to enjoy and live and celebrate, and yeah, well, I just can't spend it all there.
All right, so for those of you still with us, thank you. There been a few little technical difficulties, and I think the Facebook feed went down, but YouTube is still going strong, so we're
Okay.
still there, and thank those of you still watching with us. Let's see if we have any other questions here. Oh, yep. Last question I think we've got is, I think it's probably a little bit too soon to know, but what do you think your ballpark is where the next Celebration beyond London may be?
I don't, I haven't given it any thought. It doesn't. I would imagine. I don't know. I was gonna say, you can't really go by track record. The first London show, I think the next one after that was Japan.
Mm.
And they've done Germany. It's usually, there have been times when it's been to non-US. I think the first London and Japan were back to back, whichever one was first and second. Other than that, you always have a couple US shows, and then a non-US show, and then a couple more. But it wouldn't be unprecedented for it to be another non-US show. My gut is it will be in the US, at one of the parks. I think that's, Chicago is a surprise that they had it in Chicago, because a lot of us just assumed they were just going to go back and forth between Anaheim and Orlando. But I would imagine it's going to be one of those two for the next one.
Excellent.
We'll find out at the closing panel.
Yep. And we will be broadcasting that on the Virtual Cantina Network, if not at live at the moment, very shortly thereafter. So you will find out, if not here first, here really, really soon.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. That's it's great that we can use, the connections that we have and and just people, being involved and sharing, sharing the news as it comes out. And kind of, it's a nice thing, I've only missed one celebration in the last, since 2010, but to be able to, I've heard a lot of stories of people who kind of live vicariously through the group and other fans who are at Celebration when they can't make it, whether they're watching the live panels that are being streamed or following along in chats, and kind of developing their own online kind of celebration, and keeping track and watching what's going on. There's a lot of fun that you can have. And hey, and if you can order autographs online, you still get the autographs, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home. So that's gonna be fun. I'm glad that we have that resource, and people can, even if they can't be there in person, they can certainly be there in Blue Ghost spirit.
All right. Well, I think that's all the questions. So if you just want to wrap it up.
All right, everybody, I just want thank you for joining us, and your questions, and just being here with us as we all get ready for Celebration. And for us who are autograph collectors, whether it's we're trying to get our first autograph, and this is going to be the first time we meet a Star Wars actor, or we have, we already have a lot of autographs. It doesn't matter. This is a very special part of Celebration, autograph collecting. And it's always fun to share this experience and this prep and preparing for the big trip and a big celebration, to do this together, and make sure we have everything we need. We're ready, and we're gonna have a great time and add some just amazing autographs to our collections at Celebration. So thank you for that. Thank you for being here. Check us out. Of course, we have a major presence here. Our major presence is on Facebook, where we have 46,000 members, and but we also have Instagram and Twitter, virtual.cantina on Instagram, and Cantina Virtual on Twitter. And some of you are already on you know where the YouTube page is, because you're there on the channel now. Are there more things that behind my shoulder? Am I blocking a couple?
Oh, well, we've got a Hive set up right there, and there is, of course, the YouTube. A whole lot of Star Wars people have made it to Hive. I think it's Star Wars and not a lot of else. Is everybody went there?
Yeah, it was a mass exodus. So a lot of people went there, and so check us out at those places. And we're just really trying to keep that spirit of Celebration alive.
And of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention our fourth annual pre-celebration event.
My goodness, we're so excited about the guests. I forgot about Boonta Eve. Boonta Eve it's going to be an amazing event. Sold out, right? Sold out. Now, maybe you might have a better. Might be able to explain this better. Are there some opportunities potentially for people that might still be able to get in?
Yes, that was announced this week. So
yeah,
our pre-sale regular full-time, the whole time celebration, Boonta Eve tickets, we've sold our capacity. However, in speaking to the venue this week, we've been able to potentially open up some more spots that are going to be not pre-sale. They'll be at the door, first come, first serve, but not for the entire time. They won't include the swag bag. People may still be signing at that point. Not everybody is guaranteed to be signing, but we'll have a special, we're calling that, I think, a hyperspace ticket, that you'll be able to get in for the Alderaan Idol, the karaoke competition, and possibly some signers that are still signing there at the end. So if anybody wants to get in for the karaoke competition, Yes, we will get your name right there on the tickets if you haven't got that already. And there are potentials and opportunities for some of you who did not get into the pre-sale to get into Boonta Eve. Check the page for more detail on that.
Yeah, I think if you were at Chicago or Anaheim, or you talk to people that are at those events, it is a very special way. It's becoming a tradition. People are starting their celebrations with Boonta Eve, and that's just really, really cool that Boonta Eve is becoming, a part of people's celebration experience, and almost like it is actually a holiday. It is Boonta Eve, and we kick off celebration, and it's a very special event, and I'm looking forward to having seeing people there, and having some guests to announce before too long, and it's going to be a fun night, and especially if you like karaoke, if you enjoy karaoke, or you sing in the shower, whatever it is, come, try to get that ticket so you can get in and do some singing, and it's going to be a blast. And I have been blown away. Chicago was, some of the people that performed at Chicago, I still have goosebumps when I think about their performance. It was just amazing. So it's a fun time, a great night, and really, we kick off celebration together, because it's just once you get to Boonta Eve, it's just like you get to the roller coaster, you're going up and up and up, and then boom, right into celebration, and before you know it, it's time to go home. But yeah, we really kick things off, so we hope you can join us. And that's it. Be sure to check out all the shows on the Virtual Cantina Network, and please, join us over at Star Wars Autograph News. We have the Facebook page and the group. And the group, we really do a lot of. I haven't been very active in either Virtual Cantina or my Star Wars Autograph News. I'm there. I'm popping in. Just school and work have been crazy, and we all go through it. Sometimes life is just there's only so much you can do, right? You're only one person, and I wish I could spend a little bit more time, but I'm there in spirit, and I'm just excited as everybody else is for London. So that's it, Dave. Thank you so much for putting on, behind the scenes, putting together a great show, and we're getting close.
Yes, indeed. Getting very exciting, like even exciting to live vicariously through you.
Yeah. So, everybody, thank you again for joining. Have a great night. We'll see you again next month. And